Greetings to you all. It is the great honor for us, the Sunday School of Reaching B, the leaders of tomorrow, to present to you who the 12 apostles were. They were the common men for an uncommon calling. We call them heroes of faith.
Were they outstanding men of any extraordinary talents, unusual intellectual abilities, powerful political influence, or some special social status? No. Were they elites or educated scholars of sophisticated intellect? No. On the contrary, they were slow learners and somewhat spiritual dense, as Jesus Christ remarked in Luke 24, verse 25.
Did they have a good background from known families? No. Did they have a good track record as elides, orators, or theologians? No. In fact, they were perfectly common, ordinary men in every way, who were regarded as outsiders as far as the religious establishment of this world are concerned. They were humble, uneducated, rural people who were deemed to be of low social class. God chooses the meek and the weak so that there is never any question about source of their power when they are performing miracles. It is not about man. It is the power of the word of God within the man.
Ordinary as they were, like you and me, they became the instruments by which the message of Christ was carried to the ends of the world. God graciously empowered and used these men to champion the spread of his gospel message and to turn the world upside down. Acts 17, verse 6. They were all prone to mistakes, misstatements, wrong attitudes, doubts, lapse of faith, and bitter failure. Yet they became a force that forever changed the world. Their personality types are familiar to us. They are just like us, hopelessly human, approachable. Jesus Christ knew all their faults long before he chose them. He even knew that Judas would betray him. And yet he chose his traitor anyway and gave him all the same privileges and blessings he gave to the others. John 6, verse 70 and John 13, verse 21 to verse 27. Think about it. Their most outstanding characteristic was their ordinariness. Their extraordinary character is that they were ordinary. Christ selected them not for any extraordinary abilities or spiritual superiority. They were chosen by Christ and trained for a time that is best measured in months, not in years. It was a brief yet intensive schedule of discipleship. They undertook the apostolic calling very serious. The work they subsequently began continues today, 2,000 years later. As the people, they were clearly not sufficient for the task, but they are a living proof that God's strength is made perfect in our weakness. 2 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 9.
The 12 were merely instruments in God's hands. God delights in using ordinary people to accomplish extraordinary things. 1 Corinthians chapter 1, verse 27 to verse 29.
The apostles of our lifetime are not different from the 12 apostles we read about in the Bible. It is the same apostle gift in a different flesh. They are ordinary men, meant to do extraordinary work of God.
Father Apostle Nino, the senior and the greatest. Father Apostle Tlatshwayo, who made the African dream a reality. Father Apostle Ndlovu, the unshaken hero. Father Apostle Phakathi, the spiritual strategist. And Father Apostle Nonunga, who is running a fastest race with no measure. Thank you.